Hello, everybody. Welcome to my new SMB. So we are on the DXY as usually the US dollar currency index. So we are at the weekly chart. And what did we saw last week? We had here the weekly minus 60, 80 pip completion. So we expected some bearish momentum to kick in. So we had between this low and this high one institutional candle sitting, which works like a magnet, as you can see. So the price came back all the way till this blue box that I drew. So the price worked like a magnet. So now we touched it nicely with a nice subtle tap and we went to the upside. So what I can see now is that we can have some bullish orders kicking in from that point, but we have still that weekly bearish candle close. So we need to see what the daily will bring us. We are still bullish on the weekly because we are making higher highs and higher lows. So this is our higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So yeah, we need to see on the daily which pattern we can get, and on the daily we are also bearish because we made this new low. We broke this low here, so we have a new low, and we have here also sitting that institutional candle here. So we are making here smaller lower lows and lower highs here. So what I can see right now is that the bullish orders can kick in from to the upside to this daily institutional candle here, which works like a magnet. Between all the red ones, you have one blue candle, so it took a lot of power to make one. So this can work like a magnet. So, and then we can maybe go further to the downside to touch this blue point again, where the weekly institutional candle was sitting. So this can happen too. So we need to see what will happen here. So yeah. So the first trade of this week is EURCAD. So if I go to the weekly, you can see that EURCAD is making higher highs and higher lows. This is our low, high, higher low, higher high. Everything between this low and high was a correction for more upside momentum. So, and now we are at this weekly highs. We are sitting at the weekly highs, but we have a weekly bullish candle close. So this is an indication that the weekly bullish orders are sitting there, but we need to be careful for that weekly highs and that weekly selling pressure here because we touched this also, and it's a major zone. Yeah, I can see this is a major supply and demand. So support, support, resistance, 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 support, resistance here, and yeah, again here some resistance and resistance. So this is a major zone that we need to be careful for. Weekly horizontal line. So now I will look to the daily because the weekly has an indication that we can go to the upside from that weekly bullish candle close, this one. So I go to the daily, and what I see on the daily is we have a bullish M. We have that first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, possible fifth leg to the upside till the daily TP. So this can happen. We already have here a daily retrace candle in the direction we want. So that's nice to see. We have our ascending trend line holding the price up. First touch, second touch, and then the third touch for possible upside momentum. So we already touched our daily zone of interest because this is our first point of structure that we had when we tapped our 61.80 fib level. So we had a tap and then we went to the 4 hour, and what we can see after that tap, we had here a bullish M under the previous lower high here. So this is valid. I took my Fibonacci from the low here all the way till the high, and I want to set my entry at this higher low here at the third leg. So this will be a trade for around 5.1% till the daily TP. So yeah, and my first take partials will be at the 4 hour minus 27. So I need to take the round number to the downside. It's around 1.36180. This will be my 4 hour TP for around 2.1%. It's nice. 2.1 is a good ratio for the 4 hour TP. So this will be my first take partials of 1/3 out. And yeah, this is the trade. We need to see what we'll have, what we will develop. And yeah, I will set my limit. So okay. Then the last trade is AUDCAD. If I go to the weekly, On a weekly, we have here 2 weekly bullish candle closes. This can be a weekly candle close that can fill into the upside. We have that weekly bullish candle. And if I look further back on the monthly, you can see that we are at a major buying zone at the monthly chart. So we are at these monthly lows, and you can see we had a very big push to the upside. This can happen too. Again, this is all corrective nature. This is very slow moving for possible more upside momentum. So yeah, and if I look more back, you can see here this is a clear supply and demand zone. This is acting like resistance, resistance, support, resistance, support. So very nice supply and demand zone at that zone. So very nice trade that can play out. So if I go back to the weekly, we had that weekly bullish candle closed. Now I went to the daily because the weekly is clear for me. And what do we have? Sorry. We have here that bullish M on the daily, and I drew my daily zone of interest at this institutional candle because between all the blue candles you have one red candle. It works like a magnet, so I drew my daily zone of interest at the whole body. So we touched this nicely here. We have also that S&P trend line here to protect our price. Then I went till the 4-hour chart. And what can we see on the 4-hour chart? Okay, we tapped the daily zone of interest, but we had a deceleration above our 61.80 already. So this is not valid. This trade can be valid if we have a close like this in the 61.80 level here. We close like this, and then we have some deceleration. If in a candle of 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth, we can have that limit setting like this, the long. I want to see on that fourth candle till the daily TP here, like this. For around 4% will be enough. 4.1, like this would be enough. And if you don't have that deceleration, then I want to see some kind of pattern. So maybe I want to have one more push to the downside till this daily zone of interest, and then maybe a reversal pattern in the form of a shoulder 1 at shoulder 2 then. So we need to wait for this trade. And yeah, these are the trades for this upcoming week. We need to have some more patience for other trades that can play out. They need to have some development. So maybe a few days. So yeah, these are the two trades I'm now looking at. So have a nice trading week and see you next week. Bye.